They took her. They took Barbara! I don't know if this is right. I get that Gotham is corrupt. I've witnessed it with my own 2 eyes. But this is going too far. I'm here for the same reason you are. To take down Jack Napier.
He set off a chain reaction. The chemicals and toxins. They've now leached into Gotham.
This is what you get when you disobey me, child.
This is a war, and our blood will draw the battle lines. This is a war, and our blood will draw the battle lines. We will stand. We will fight. We can't stop till we die. Hope will be torn. Whose side are you fighting for? This is a war.
Oh, you're here.
Indeed I am. What's the situation, Commissioner?
Well, we don't know the full story, but from what we've gathered so far, a student came to the prom and got pushed into the basement by 2 others. An altercation followed, leading to these students being murdered. How they were killed is unknown to us at the moment.
Do you have the identities of the victims?
Bo Griggs and Sherry Squires.
You may have an idea as to how these 2 were killed.
Care to give us your analysis?
Well, like you said, Bo and Sherry seem to have pushed a 3rd unidentified student down to the school basement. While Griggs looks up and bludgeoned to death, I doubt it was with the pumpkin smashed off to the side.
Exactly. If he was bludgeoned to death with it, there'd be at least some residue on his body. However,
Most of the residue is on the floor, implying it was thrown by either Bo or Sherry. Based on a slash across her throat, I think it's reasonable to assume a knife or some weapon of the sort was used.
I'm surprised. You know your stuff, Batman.
Have you collected any DNA samples from the crime scene?
Don't worry about it, Bat. We're searching for any evidence we can find.
Alright then, give me a call when you have results.
And how exactly would we... You're handing me your phone number?
How else are we gonna keep in touch? Hey, Alfred.
Ah, Master Wayne. I didn't see you come in.
Did I frighten you?
Not at all, sir. Anyway, you're back from your investigation at Gotham High with the GCPD?
Yes.
I thought you said it would be far too early in your career to get involved with them, sir.
A week ago I would have said that. But after a situation with the Red Hood Gang and Jack unleashed chemicals into Gotham, I realized it would be best for all of us if we worked together on investigations.
Well, with your newfound alliance, what did you find at Gotham High?
2 students were murdered, Alfred. Sherry Squires and Bo Griggs. A third unidentified student was pushed into the basement in which a fight took place. The unidentified student was hit in the head with a pumpkin, which led to Bo being bludgeoned to death and Sherry's throat to be slit in the process. The GCPD said they're gathering DNA samples and would get in contact with me once they have results.
Forgive my confusion, sir, but how would they get in contact with you? Well then, I suppose that answers my question.
Batman, we got a match on the DNA samples from the crime scene.
Gordon, who do they belong to?
You may not believe me on this, but the third student was Jonathan Crane.
That kid from the Red Hood gang?
Yeah, the one who managed to get away. Batman, are you there?
I know where Crane is hiding out. I'll call you back, Gordon.
No, Batman, wait!
The killer, Jonathan Crane. I know where he is. How did I get here?
Hello, son. It's good to see you. Bruce, you must avenge me. You must avenge us.
What's going on?
Put your hands up!
You heard the man. Put your hands up.
I won't be doing that, Commissioner.
You sick bastard. We trusted you. Finish him off. He's standing in your way. Finish him off. Finish him!
You did what had to be done.
I'm afraid our paths have come to an end. I'm leaving, Bruce.
You're leaving.
You've let your parents' deaths consume you, and now you've started to kill people.
No, you don't understand, Alfred. I will do anything to make Gotham a better place, and if I have to kill to do that, then so be it.
Look at yourself. You're beginning to act like Jack. Why, you're no better than him, and you're no better than the thug who killed your parents.
I am nothing like them.
I don't know who you are, but you aren't the man I raised you to be. You've become a monster.
This is what happens when you choose a life of crime. Who's there?
Your crusade ends here, Bat.
How are we supposed to take him out if he's got that cape? It's over, Batman. Surrender.
No, it's not. I won't let myself become that. I won't let myself become you. It was a dream.
Well. If it isn't the Batman himself.
What did you do to me?
Alright, my fear toxin. It's a chemical compound that puts the victim into a deep paralysis and makes them see their greatest fears brought to life. Won't do much on me, though.
What do you mean?
My life is already a nightmare. It can't get much worse than how it is already.
What are you? What made you into this?
My father left before I was even born, and my mother barely cared about me. She left me alone with my psychotic great-grandmother. Whenever I disobeyed her, she would trap me in an old dilapidated church and punish me. She would unleash toxic gases on me and lure in crows. They would tear me up! They would leave me bloodied and battered for days on end! And just when I began to heal, she would do it again, and again, and again!
Jonathan.
Then I met him. Jack Napier, the leader of the Red Hood gang. He convinced me to join the group, to make Gotham a better place and to get away from my family. Sure, he wasn't perfect. Hell, I even brought up the morality of kidnapping Gordon's daughter with him. Then you showed up. You got the entire group arrested. When I returned home, my great-grandmother almost beat me to death. To add even more insult to injury, Sherry Squires rejected me to the prom. That was my breaking point. I snapped! I used the rags in the chapel to make my suit. I modified the gases my great-grandmother used on me and became fear incarnate. I became Scarecrow.
I understand where you're coming from. We have both gone through traumatic experiences. We both chose to take out our anger.
You know nothing about my pain. You took away my only escape from the suffering I experienced, and now you will pay dearly.
Are you starting? Too strong. You starting to get the message. I got power, I can so keep pushing me. Keep pushing me. Keep pushing me till you bring out the devil. You keep pushing me till you bring out the
You beat me. What are you gonna do? Lock me up? Leave me in prison to rot for my life!
Jonathan, I wasn't lying. I can understand what you've gone through to become this. As a child, I witnessed terrible things. Those experiences shaped me into what I am now. I understand wanting revenge and vengeance, but killing is not the answer. Bo and Sherry, they didn't deserve to die despite how they treated you. Great. You don't need to rot in prison. You need help.
It's the GCPD. Looks like you were right, Jim. This is the place the Bat was talking about.
Have you found Jonathan yet?
Yes, we found him as well. What?
That's great. We can lock him up. I'm sure Blackgate will have a nice, cozy spot for him.
No. Locking Jonathan up won't do anything to fix him.
What do you mean, fix him? He killed 2 innocent people. He deserves to rot in jail.
Harvey, let him explain his reasoning.
Jonathan is a troubled kid. He's gone through physical and mental abuse from his family that pushed him to finally snap at Bo and Sherry. Locking him up won't help him. He needs to be treated and move on from his abuse. Otherwise, he will continue to dig out his anger on people who have wronged him.
So what you're telling me is that he needs mental treatment? You're more crazy than I thought. Jim may trust you because you helped him take Jack down, but I still don't. You let Jack unleash the chemicals onto Gotham, and now you're telling me we shouldn't punish criminals? You're a vigilante, Bat. If you want me to trust you, get a damn badge.
Harvey, stand down.
Jim!
Put the gun down, Harvey. Now. Look, we'll see what we can do about Crane.
He needs a gym. Don't let your friend over there make your decisions for you.
Oh, thank heavens. Oh, you're right, sir. Your calm went offline for over an hour. Captain Ward's sick.
I'm sorry.
Master Wayne. Bruce, are you alright, sir?
I managed to deal with Crane. I tried to convince Jim that he would get mental help, but
Bruce.
he used a chemical on me, Alfred. Made me see things. My worst fears. That I crossed the line. I saw a world where I murdered criminals. I killed Cord. I tried to kill anyone who stood in my way. I saw my parents, and I drove you away. Made you leave. I became a monster. I never wanted to let that happen.
You could never become that.
But that's just it. What if I do? Alfred, that hallucination made me realize something. I have to let go of my parents' death. I cannot and will not let it consume me. I won't let it turn me into something awful. I have to turn all of that grief, anger, those bottled up feelings. I have to turn all of that into motivation. I won't let anyone ever go what I had to, ever again.
Oh, follow the leader, folding up my hands on my chest, with my head down, yelling for Jesus when I know that I'm all by myself. Oh Lord, I'm leaving the break. Too many enemies to take, but when I'm thinking I can see the end, I just get up and do it all again. Are you starting to get the message that I'm above